What's going on, everybody, and welcome to the Other Side of the Firewall podcast, where we talk about the latest and greatest in cybersecurity news, as well as we highlight those movers and shakers and glass ceiling breakers, those people of color who've made it to the other side of the proverbial firewall. My name is Ryan Williams, and as always, I'm joined by Shannon Tynes.
What's up? What's up?
What's going on? So, welcome to Tuesday's episode. Please, if this is your first episode or you missed the last episode, go back where we talk about how LastPass?
LastPass, yep.
Yeah, LastPass. The password wallet was compromised, and how that could impact you if you're one of those 18 million people who are kind of tied up in this situation. And then continue to listen throughout the week. Monday and Tuesday are our topics. Wednesdays are our discussion. And then Fridays, we talk about everything else. So non-cyber related stuff, movies, books, games, TV shows, things of that nature. So we kind of let our hair down. Neither one of us have a lot of hair, though. So getting the beards going, though. That's the thing. But without further ado, I give it to Shannon.
All right, everybody. This one's from thehackernews.com from our buddy Ravi Lakshmanan. I say buddy, but we read a lot of stuff from him. But it's titled "Hackers Using Trending TikTok Invisible Challenge to Spread Malware." So this is the thing, right? So go off on a tangent for a little bit, right? TikTok. I know a lot of people use TikTok. I know if you work for DoD, there are warnings about using TikTok and some of the stuff that's going on with that. But this is one of those things where social media, man, this is why I'm like Bobby Boucher's mom, man. I'm like, this is the devil. I'm just telling you, all right? Because so for this one, right? So threat actors are capitalizing on a TikTok challenge, right? The invisible challenge or whatever it is. And they're tricking users into downloading information stealing malware. According to new research from company Checkmarks. So the trend, the invisible challenge, it involves applying a filter known as invisible body that just leaves behind a silhouette of the person's body, right? So this is one of those things where they kind of capitalize on people wanting to do stuff that's like fun and whatnot, right? Like hoping everybody's just going to go around doing all these challenges, posting all these videos of them being invisible bodies or whatever, and then not care about the security afterwards. They are right. They're right. This is what's happening here, right? So one of the things they bring up in this article that they mentioned, which I guess people do this on TikTok, but individuals are filming videos and could be undressed, apparently. So with the malware that they're putting out there, they unfilter the filter, right? So like you think, oh, it's not going to get out there. It's just going to show a silhouette of my naked body. No, what ends up happening is you end up deploying or you end up downloading this WASP stealer malware. That's hiding inside Python packages, like the programming language packages. And then you get unfiltered. And as with anything on the internet, right? Like once it's out there, there's no getting it off, right? Like your naked body gets out there. That's it for you, right? It just is what it is, right? So yeah, people are out here doing this, getting their stuff taken and they're being kind of smart about this. So the threat actors, right? What they're doing is they send you a link to a Discord server, right? And they just recently looked at this. It had 32,000 members before it was reported and deleted. So of those 32,000 members, if you were out here doing the invisible challenge and you were possibly naked, it's probably out there somewhere, right? Like it's out there to be seen by everyone forever and ever. But what ends up happening is you join the server, you get a GitHub repository that hosts the malware, right? And so what they're doing is they're being smart and they're kind of renaming, right? And they're doing all these different things. So they'll change the repository name and then they'll delete old files in there and upload new ones. And what they did, which I was like, man, this is kind of like people will believe this, right? To me, it feels a little different. So what they do is they put this updated Python code on there and it says in quotes, right? It's open source. It's not a virus, right? That's what it says. Open source is not a virus. That's like
asking the cop if they're a cop.
Yeah, exactly.
You're a cop, you have to tell me.
Cop? Yeah, you have to tell me. No, that's not how that works, right? But so it's like somebody walking up to you in a dark alley with one hand behind their back, dressed in all black, saying, "I'm not gonna hurt you." You know what I mean? Like, don't believe this, right? But yeah, but like I said, they're doing a good job of hiding it in Python packages. The different names of them are TikTok Filter API. I'm guessing this is pronounced PyTooler because it starts with PY like Python. PyIOP CS, PyDessings, and they just keep going around doing different names and get removed. They put another one up there, but yeah, this is one of those things where they're being smart about it, man. But like this is why social media is the devil. I'm just putting it out there, right? This you should see the flames behind me, like Bobby Boucher's mom. You know what I mean? But Ryan, what's your thoughts on this?
Man, this is I was gonna say it's a twofold problem. It's a threefold problem. This is a complex problem here. Not only is you have the problem with TikTok, right? Like a lot of people are like, "Oh, TikTok's fine, it's harmless, yada yada yada." Government keeps warning us about it over and over and over again. Like, "Hey, listen, it's not owned by us. They're siphoning data. You have to be careful. They have a lot of images. They have a lot of voice recognition. They have a lot of video. They have a lot of stuff on you and your kids if you're using TikTok. Like they're gathering information, regardless of how you feel or not. They show a lot of the U.S. face of TikTok are obviously Americans who speak very proudly of it and say that we are protecting your data. At the end of the day, they're not the owners of the data. The data still belongs to a Chinese company, to Chinese government, because of that's just the way it works with them. It's just different than the way the U.S. handles things. Not to say the U.S. is perfect in this regard. I'm just saying, like, we don't own, cannot find, cannot exfiltrate, or bring these people to justice because they're in China if it does get nefarious. So that's problem number one, right? Like TikTok is dangerous. I'm off TikTok now. I was trying to get things spun up because it's a good way to generate clicks and get people to drive your social presence. There's too many warnings. Like I don't know anything in detail, right? Like I'm not in those meetings, but if you keep telling me it's a problem, it's probably a problem. So I'm off TikTok. The second part of the problem is that these potential kids are doing the challenge. I talked to my kids about it. They're not doing it. They're like, that's dumb. But like I want to get to the cyber stuff, but just the parenting stuff, like you just have to be careful what your kids are doing. Like if they are doing the challenge and they are naked, and now these things can be unfiltered, right? Like they're doing a filter of themselves naked, and that's being unfiltered. Even the adults, like now your images are out there because people can break that. They can then steal those images. The internet is written in ink. I think that was in the social media movie. Like once it's out there forever. Someone out there is going to put you on their private server, and they're going to hold on to that image forever. Whether it be just because they're a weirdo or because they want to use it to blackmail you in the future in some regard, right? So that is a problem. And if you are a holder of this information or this data and these unfiltered pictures, and they're children, regardless if you're a child or an adult, you now have child pornography. That's a federal offense. So there's that. You want to go to be in jail for the rest of your life? There you go. You got it. And steal those images.
Especially now as a pedophile, right? You're not looked on
right.
very well in prison, man.
Yeah, you on all types of lists. You can't even hand out candy on Halloween. You're done for. So you definitely don't want that. And then same thing with children. Like if a child has an image of another child, it's still child pornography, and they can be held accountable for it, whether it be tried as an adult or not. So that's also very dangerous. But then the third leg of this problem is from the cybersecurity aspect. Like people are so they have such FOMO. They're like, I want to be part of this challenge. I want to get these images. This is fun. And now they are downloading malware that's stealing data from them. So whoever thought of this is a genius. On a diabolical level, right? Because now you have people wrapped up in all types of nonsense. Yeah, just don't do that. Don't download third-party stuff we talk about all the time. It's I know it's hard with your kids. Your kids always want to be part of something, right? They want to be part of the zeitgeist. They have FOMO, the fear of missing out. They always want to be doing something. You just have to police it. You have to see what they've downloaded, what they have on their phones. You as an adult have to think about what you're downloading. Like we talk about like third-party collage makers and calculators. You have a calculator on your phone. Why you need another one? Those have been known. Even the perfect garden that Apple has put together, there have been a couple instances of this happening. It's like, what? Android thousands. But all jokes aside, like the third party stuff, it's not always malware, but it's definitely been known to be a Trojan to get malware on your device, to steal your data, your passwords, get your banking information. It's very dangerous stuff. So like they're actively using this because of the current climate and how excited people are about this. We talked about that same thing when they had the data breach with the names of people who had student loans and how they can use that once the student loan forgiveness thing rolls out, if it ever does, to then get those people because they have their information. Like, oh yeah, we got you. Like the government said they're going to give you XX. We're going to give you XXX amount of money. Like you just have to sign up here, give me your information, steal your data. Because people fall for stuff when particularly when it's part of the pop culture. Like, okay, it's happening right now. This has to be the thing. And it's the easiest way to slide in there and be nefarious and steal their stuff. We talk about all the time. The idle hands are tools of the devil. There's people right now working on that stuff to get you once the proper scenario takes place. So whether it be for student loans, because that's the long game, right? They stole the information. They know who these people are. They just have to wait for the government to start giving out money. And hey, we could jump on this as well, and we can get you. With this, it was kind of like things that happened on TikTok pretty quick, so they were able to turn this around very fast. And say, okay, well, this challenge is going on. We can give you, whether regardless if it works or not, like maybe this stuff is not even unfiltered in those pictures. We don't know. But then you've already downloaded it, it's already on your device, it's already stealing your information. And that's all I care about, is to get your data so they can use it against you to profit. So there's that. But yeah, it's a problem. There's going to be another one. There's going to be another challenge. My kids laughed at it. But I'm like, I know y'all been a few challenges and whatnot. You know what I mean? Like people over here walking on crates and nonsense. So TikTok gets people. It fuels excitement, things of that nature. And what I did not know is TikTok in China is totally different. Like they are very, I don't know. I can't think of a reality TV show, but like reality TV show type drama and nonsense, stuff like that. They love that over here. They know that's the stuff we like. We like the challenges, we like the dances, we like the stuff like that. Over there, they're talking about nationalism and pride and STEM, like education. Like their TikTok totally, they don't deal with the nonsense like America. So that just goes to show you they have a targeted audience. They know what they're doing. They're like, these Americans.
It's a little different with them too, though. Like in China, like in order for you to be on there, not necessarily on TikTok, but to get online and do all that, like there's all types of stuff they want to do, right? Like they want to like get a match of your face, and you go through and give all this information, right? Like it's a lot going on over there to where they're like, oh, you want to be on the internet? Okay, here's what you need to do: hold your phone in front of your face. Let's get that full picture there. Yep, enter all this information. Yep. So like, they might just be scared to go over there and talk honest, you know what I mean? Because they got everything on you, right?
Yeah, yeah, it's definitely a surveillance state. So, but yeah, I don't know, man. Like there's a lot going on with TikTok. I would just suggest if you do have an account, deactivate it or delete it and just move on. Do your nonsense on Facebook, so good old Americans can still. Social media is dangerous regardless, but I get off my soapbox for now. But thank you, Shannon, for bringing it up. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you for all those who continue to listen to my rant. I appreciate y'all as well. Remember, Monday and Tuesday are our topics. Wednesday is our discussion. This Wednesday, we're going to talk about how some defense contractors are not meeting the basic cybersecurity requirements. That's going to be a good one. And then Friday, we talk about everything else. So movies, books, TV shows, all that good stuff. So tune in for that as well. Like, share, subscribe. I never say that enough. Definitely do all that. And then you hit us up on all of our social medias. You can find me on LinkedIn and Clubhouse. And not so much on Twitter right now until all that cools down, but at RyRy Security Guy, that's RYRY Security Guy on all those platforms. Send me a message. But definitely delete TikTok. Stay safe, stay secure.